You ever wonder how much an electrician make, plumber or carpenter or any type of tradesman? And I advocate a lot. Getting a trade is the best thing you can do for your life. You will never be broke. So I just wanted to do this quick video to just real quick just show you a prime example of how much these tradesmen actually get, how much an electrician get paid, how much a plumber get paid, and how much a carpenter get paid. So if you want to follow along with this, you got to get your construction worker schedule. And how you do that is you just go into Google, type in New York City prevailing wage, and the first link that come up is newyorkcity.gov, which is the wage schedules. You want to download the construction worker schedule, so if you want to follow along, or just to see the other trades that's in there. It's a huge document with like 90 pages, 93 pages to be exact. What a carpenter get, let's look and see what a carpenter get. So now a carpenter that's doing regular building commercial, they're getting $55.05. That's for the wage rate, that's like the base rate. Then there's supplemental rate, which they call fringe benefits. Now your fringe benefits either have to be paid through like a separate benefits package, or it has to be combined on top with the base rate. So we got 55.05 plus 47.88. That's $102.93 per hour. Now these jobs can range from a week, a day, 8 hours, 2 hours, to like 5 years, however long the contract may be. It could be a big building, small project, big project. So you're making $100 per hour as an electrician. Now, if you get overtime, that's 102.93 times 1.5. That's $154.93 per hour that you're making as an electrician doing 1 hour of overtime. And then they break it down to, 3 shifts. They have day rate, midday rate, and then they have graveyard shift. Now, all of these shifts fluctuate in rates. You get different rates for each one, especially in holidays. Holidays is like double time. If you're making $102 an hour, then you got to work on a Sunday or a holiday. That's $204 an hour. And it's minimum 8 hours they have to pay you. So say like you go in on a Sunday and it only takes you an hour to do the work. You get paid for 8 hours. So now how much does an electrician make? And there's different subcategories for each one. I'll show you. So they have an electrician that does low voltage work, anything less than 30 volts. They're installing data, they're installing camera systems, intrusion systems, fire alarm systems, access control. They're doing that type of work. Then they have M electricians. Those are like the mechanics. Those are not the top electricians, but they've been in the game maybe 3-4 years. Then they have electricians that do specifically alarm work. If you're in a union working with a fire alarm company, you will get the alarm technician's rate. If you're an electrician working with an electrical company, you will get the electrician's rate. That's only if you're in the union, especially in Local 3. I can't speak for no other union. I can only speak for Local 3. And then there's an electrician that does street light work. So now let's break these 4 categories down when it comes to electricians. An electrician that does low voltage cabling gets paid $61 per hour base rate. And the supplemental benefits is $60.06. So you got 61 plus $60.06. Oh Lord, that's $121.06 that you're making per hour as an electrician doing low voltage work. And like I said, there's regular time, overtime, double time. This is based on a 7-hour day. The 8th hour is overtime. I probably made a mistake earlier thinking 8-hour day when it comes to prevailing wage, but they actually mimic the PLA, which is the Public Labor Agreement. And this is what unions follow. And prevailing wage rate usually just mimic what the union follows. So if the union say electricians need to get paid $121, then they're going to say the same thing. These rates are astronomical. And then they have the A-rate electrician's rate. You ready for this? You become an A-rate electrician after 5 years. You go to some school, you graduate the school, and you put in 10,000 hours as an electrician. That's usually 5 to 10 years, depending on if you're working straight or if you're staggering working with different companies. So now $91.50 base rate plus $62.02 supplemental benefits. That's $153.52 per hour. Now, when you're working in the union, your base rate will be $91.50, and all of that $61.02 will go all into your benefits. It goes straight into your B fund, A fund, 401, all of that. It'll go into that package alone. So you won't get the $153.52, but if you're working with a private company that's doing prevailing wage, they will either pay you the $153.52 or they'll break it up the same way. And the M electrician, which is, like I said, someone coming up in the game, 1 to 3 years, 1 to 4 years, maybe 1 to even 5 years, but you ain't get that A rate yet because you have to take a test in order to get that A rate. So an electrician, let's say that's pretty much an M electrician, 3 years or so, He's getting $31.25 an hour, which is nice, plus 26.55. He's making $57.80 per hour. That's nice. That's $2,000 a week, a little over $2,000 a week, gross. And all you got to do is spend your money right, and you can have a whole lot of money with these trades. So now, for me as an alarm technician to test and inspect, repair, replace defective devices, that's if I'm going in and doing service. If I'm doing install, then I'm gonna get the electrician alarm technician rate. That's if I'm running pipe, I'm running wires, drilling, things like that, I'll get that rate. However, if I'm doing service work, I'm doing some inspections, I'm blowing smoke, or I'm changing out devices, even doing programming, the rate for that is $36.40 plus $20.67, which is $57.07. So that's still a decent rate for an alarm technician going there and doing clean work, changing out devices and programming the system, you know? So now, what is a plumber get? A plumber gets $72.50 per hour. Supplemental benefits is $41.45, $72.50 plus $41.45. That's $113.95 per hour. That's nice. And they also break it down different categories, you know, residential work, commercial work, pump and tank work. But you want to know what these particular classifications are and how you can get yourself into it, just do yourself a little Google research, see what the construction worker schedule is, and then find companies in a trade that you think you may like. Just give it a try. If you don't like it, then find something that you actually like. But I think having a trade is the best thing that anybody could ever do. You lose your job, you have a skill set that can still bring in some income. All right. So if you want to learn more, let me know in the comments. Peace.